Let's tee it up. Cougars control. Josh Hogan running the point, working the ball. Attacking the basket quickly, no good. Quick out to Jordan Widener. Widener very aggressive there, Perry. We always see that from him.
Yeah, and he normally finishes that off too.
Just did not drop. So St. Francis will reset. There's Cone, 21. Watch for him tonight, leading scorer. And usually you see Ethan Hussey there, great ball control. He's one of those seniors that's going to be a challenge tonight.
Over the 4 years, he's really been a thorn in our side, Randall, so hopefully we'll keep him under control tonight.
So we'll see the Wildcats get set for the first time in their regular offense. Aaron Martin with a big three. He's launching that, and Aaron loves to get a quick one, get hot early.
When he gets hot, he can fill it up. We all know that.
So that's going to make the Cougars go out and challenge them on defense. They're going to come right back, though. A little bit of an errant pass, kind of sloppy there. The pass to Hussey, again, not on. Can't believe that one on Ethan, though. It's just a little bit of sloppy ball handling there, so the Wildcats will reset. Quick pass down. Nice ball movement here from the Wildcats. Taking it low to Hopkins. Looks like it's out on St. Francis, coach, so Wildcats will get another chance.
St. Francis is playing a pretty tight man-to-man, but they normally sag in on Patrick, so somebody's going to be open all night probably.
Well, they're going to try to shut him out. Patrick having a big year again. With things just like that, Patrick Hopkins will surprise you. You'll get something that just doesn't always look like the prettiest shot, but he delivers in the post.
I don't think they'll be able to stop him tonight unless they double him. That would be the only way.
Patrick Hopkins looks like a traditional post player that you don't see in basketball in a lot of places these days.
He has really developed throughout his 4-year career.
So Cougars will come down again. The score 5-0. Quick lead. And we've got a foul on the Wildcats. 32, Zach Vanderwater with his first personal, team's first.
Boy, Zach plays hard-nosed defense. Game in, game out, you can always count on Zach Vanderwater playing hard defense. He normally guards their leading scorer, too, in most cases.
So St. Francis Cougars will try to get another set and get their first points on the board. Working the ball around, a lot of quick pressure there from the Wildcats. Good man-to-man pressure. Brad Sneary tries a couple of attempts there that just doesn't deliver. He's the one that had 15 rebounds. He's going to try to make some noise down on the post. Patrick there tries to get a quick one to go up. Didn't quite have his body set, and big turnaround for St. Francis. And then another turnover. Looking for Widener. Turns it around. Jordan Widener. What great
what a
awareness
start for the
early.
I think they've had 3 or 4 turnovers already.
Yep. So St. Francis will come down with the ball. Seth Small, sophomore guard, running the point now. Good defensive pressure by the Wildcats. Trying to work around, trying to find a good shot. Kicks it back out. They go to their point. And that time Sneary delivers again.
That was just good offense. Our defense is all right. They just got a good look.
Sneary, another senior, and so first points on the board for St. Francis. 7-2 Wildcats. Jordan Widener always attacking the basket. It doesn't always end up in points, but he's always going to come right back at you.
Oh, he traveled.
Didn't call the travel, but a quick turnover. Widener's got another look. Turns it around. Big tap in by Zach Vanderwater.
What hustle by Vanderwater. He's got one speed, and that's full speed. That's the only way he knows to move.
How many points have the Wildcats already gotten over fast break? So St. Francis will try to reset, maybe slow things down a little bit. I think it's their style to attack too, but tonight so far that has really resulted in some turnovers for them.
Our defense is taking them out of their game so far.
Small will come down to low, tries to deliver. It's not there, and another fast break for Widener. This time he's going to slow it down, wait for some help. Quick pass over. Aaron Martin looking for the quick strike there, back to Vanderwater, and just a little bit out of his hands.
Air pass. George Jones and Taylor Schoen, I see, are in the ball game now.
George Jones coming off the bench. I believe it was something like 14 points.
I think
in the
he had
game.
16 points.
16 points. I was
Bethel.
listening right at the end, and George was playing against a hometown crowd up there at Mishawaka. His best game of the season coming off of that injury. Very excited for him, and I know Coach Tonigal wants to see what he can do coming off the bench and becoming a spark.
He has so much talent. It's just the injury. He's coming back from here. He is right here.
Another pass off. Doesn't deliver on the layup. Coming back into Hopkins. He's going to take it. Not there.
We act a little anxious so far, it seems to me.
Yeah, the great opportunities that are there, but so far, not all of them dropping. Just a little too quick, perhaps a couple of times. So St. Francis will reset, try to get some kind of rhythm going.
He traveled, I think. Yep. Nope,
that
jump
time
ball.
they caught.
Called a jump ball.
I saw some steps too. That 35 Spencer Comer, the soft transition, and so far the Cougars have handed it to him a couple of times. Be nice to see the Wildcats come down and see what they can get out of their sets. Few times they did that with the post going down to the post. It turned around.
Yes.
So Widener running the point now over the Vandewater.
Parker Stauffer's in the game now.
Parker Stauffer checked in, and Taylor Schoen.
Yes.
Bettinger will take up set of three. Oh.
But that's okay. He's one of our best shooters outside. I like to see DJ take those shots, and that was a good look.
And I think DJ, as some coaches would like DJ to take a few more
Yes.
because so often it is gold. And that was a good look, just didn't drop.
Excellent shot.
You want to take those opportunities when they're there because that brings the defense out, opens up the low post. Don't let them get fixated on one type of game that you're running. So St. Francis will reset, trying to get some ball movement. Still good defense by the Wildcats. Nice block there by Taylor Schoen. They're going to call it a jump ball. He comes right at Scott Cohn, number 21. Nice play.
Taylor Schoen is always going to play physical ball. He's not going to back down to anybody. He kind of reminds me of an ex-football player.
Looking for the inbounds play. They'll take it right back to Cohn, and he gets picked. Turns around to another quick look for the Wildcats, and that time Jordan Widener delivers.
We knew he wasn't going to miss those all night.
If you let Jordan Widener get ahead of you on something, he's going to come right at you. No dump off, no pull up. It's right there.
He's so crafty how he uses his body to generate fouls and create space.
11-2 Wildcats. St. Francis still looking for something down low. That time they get it. 44 Brad Sneary with the tip in. Sneary's going to be very active down in that post. A lot of work for whoever's guarding him.
Darian Michael checked in for DJ Bettinger at the last buzzer.
So now you have Widener, the only starter right now on the court. Widener takes a shot. That almost dropped.
He's going to get 3 free throws out of this.
Widener's falling back on that.
You got to give the shooter room to come down, even from behind the arc. And I don't think Seth Small did at that time.
So a nice opportunity for Widener here at the line. He will get 3 shots. First one is in.
Checking in for St. Francis, Ethan Hussey, Jordan Hahn.
Here's the replay. You see Jordan got a really good look there, and then they just didn't give him room to come down. And
that's going to get called every time.
Nice call. Good opportunity for Jordan to make 2 of 3 here. And third one just won't drop. Sort of a missed opportunity there, but the Wildcats up 12-4. Nice attempt there. Josh Hogan goes in.
Boy, Sneary missed an easy one. We're fortunate there.
I wanted to say Wildcats sometimes can't buy a basket, but the St. Francis really can't. Taylor Schoen there tries to turn it around. A little bit of action down there, but St. Francis comes with it. They're running back down.
I think they got Taylor shown for a foul.
Wildcat foul on Taylor Schoen. His first, team second and a half.
Taylor Schoen, team second.
Checking in for the Wildcats, Zach Vanderwater.
Team second
and
foul.
Patrick Hopkins.
And Hopkins checking back into the game. So I'm wondering how often how much does St. Francis want to run with this team? Because so far it ends up 12-4 for the Wildcats.
They're going to push the ball down the floor if they have the opportunity, but
one of the things we see from Greg Tonigal is he will bring fresh legs off the bench. Good opportunity there. Josh Hogan there finally gets something to drop underneath low, so the Wildcats come back. Darian Michael over to Vanderwater. Hopkins back out on the post, coming out high.
got Hussey.
Vanderwater's coming across, but caught the quick foul there.
St. Francis foul on Ethan Hussey. His first, team second and a half. Checking in for the Wildcats, Aaron Martin.
Aaron Martin checks into the game, so we one by one get some starters back, keep some fresh legs going. Vanderwater's looking for it. He's coming around. Good turnaround.
Way to stay with it.
Zach Vanderwater would not let that go and comes around on the other side.
He used the rim to block his defender off, which is an excellent move.
So St. Francis will still look for something. But what you have to like, Perry, is that these Wildcats coming off the bench are showing the same aggressiveness on defense. It turns into another turnover. Turnover, one of the stories so far in this game.
Yes, a lot of tenacity down there.
Good ball movement. The Wildcats will work it around. Try to find something there. Very quick game so far.
Yes.
Patrick there looked a little out of control.
He was a little out of control. Yes, he was. And the game has moved very fast. Only 4 personal fouls called on 2 on each team so far.
Which is interesting, as aggressive as both teams are getting, that there have not been more called. Back down to Patrick, looking for something, comes out, kicks it to Martin, and they'll kick it out and keep the ball moving. Not there low. St. Francis giving a little bit of pressure there. Shot clock low. Patrick takes a shot. He really had to there, but he was not in position for that. And St. Francis will get it on the return.
Called a palming.
Palming called on 32, Josh Hogan.
Their turnovers have been a boost for us, Randall, because offensively we're not clicking yet, really.
I'm not sure the last time I saw palming called in a game.
I know, very seldom, but
very, very rare.
They've only scored 6 points and almost 9 minutes has gone by.
14-6 Wildcat lead with about 11:15 to go. So we said a very, very quick game on both sides. Martin takes the shot there, but something called before the shot.
Push off on Patrick, I believe.
Okay, so.
And I didn't see it. He must have been battling for position.
As they get a little bit chippy down there underneath, the refs are going to keep an eye on that. So the ball will go back to St. Francis. Now we see number 4, Ethan Hussey, running the point. Familiar name, been part of a national championship team. A name that we've seen a lot down here at Wildcats. And that nice score there. Another
nice
score
move
by
Josh Hogan. Just a sophomore, too. We'll be hearing more from him.
I think Wildcats will have to keep an eye on Hogan because that's 4 points for him and some of their only offense that really has worked off of their set play. So the Wildcats get another chance back down to Patrick.
Patrick's got to go to work. That's one-on-one, yes. They cannot guard him one-on-one, Randy. There's no way.
He's going up against TK Fashaw, a sophomore coming off the bench, and really a mismatch, if not in size, certainly in experience. So they need to keep going back right back to Patrick Hopkins. Oh, may have gotten away with a little one there.
I'd like to see a replay of that.
That was TK Fashaw there with.
It looked like he lowered the shoulder, but the ref
looked
didn't
like
see
something.
It. Ref must have thought it was a flop.
So he gets points out of that. It's 16-10 Wildcats, a little bit of closure, but they go right back to Patrick Hopkins, and there is the points.
That's going to be there all night unless they decide to double or triple down or go to a zone.
You can't make it much more easy than that, and the Wildcats go up 18-10. Hahn with the driving basket, no follow-up. Cone just can't get it to drop, and we're back to the Wildcats Darian Michael to Aaron Martin, turning it around, just didn't sneak it in, but he kicks it back out. George Jones has it, and they're going to call him.
Got him on a charge.
Call him on the charge before the shot, so it goes back to St. Francis. I like the exchange there. Even when some of those baskets have gone awry, Perry, the Wildcats are fighting for every single rebound.
They're battling. Absolutely. They're keeping their nose to the grindstone, and they're not giving up at any opportunity.
Some of the second chance opportunities down on the offensive end have really made a difference so far in this game. And we are inside of 10 minutes now, 18-10 Wildcats. So St. Francis will try to keep trying to find a rhythm, find out what they have there. They've got a lot of their starters back on the court. And that was Hahn falling down, no foul call, but he just kind of lost his feet and did a shot going up. And there again, fighting for the rebounds. Back to Widener. A little bit of a crazy shot there, but that's Jordan Widener's game. And then they call St. Francis out. B to C. At least when they're not fast break situations, to keep seeing what you can do by getting it down to Patrick.
We've got all of our starters in now.
Starters are back on the floor. They'll run their offense now. DJ Bettinger back down to Vandewater, quick up. Nice pass by Aaron Martin down to Vandewater. Great court awareness.
Great assist.
20 to...
He really didn't have a big window to get that pass in there, but it was perfect.
So Cougars still looking for something. That one a little bit awry, but it does drop for Cone, number 21, their leading scorer. Got to get some attention from the defense. Wildcats will come back, quickly back down the court. On every possession, I've seen the Wildcats just get back into position so fast.
There we go. Oh, he missed it.
That was there. Patrick had to go up with the left hand there. It wasn't quite there.
Well, he'd like to have that one again.
That time they're going to call.
Over open looks too.
Not a lot of outside shots from either team. We saw a quick three from Aaron Martin, but most of it has been down low, down in the post, either off of fast breaks or passes to the big men.
Yes.
So far, that is much more to the advantage of the Wildcats. You see the quick foul there. Put St. Francis at the line.
Hogan's a good-looking sophomore, in my opinion.
Another team in the Crossroads League that just seems to reload. They may be down a little bit this year, but they are coming back with fresh talent. So now the Wildcats will get another chance with 7:38 to go in the game, in the half, rather. It's fast, but not that fast of a game. Vandewater gets a little bit tied up in traffic, looking for to kick it out. He'll go to Widener for the three, and it drops.
Sooner or later, they'll drop.
He is fearless, and he will take that. Jordan Widener right now having something of a career year, 18.2 points on average. So a great season for Jordan. And that puts us at 23-14. Now St. Francis will reset, try to find something going on. And Perry, we'll see what happens. But what I don't see is a lot of rhythm from St. Francis.
No, that's because of our defense. That was just a good shot there. But Scott Cohn's a player, 20 points, 10 rebound average. He knows the game.
Scott Cohn is going to get his looks. He's going to get his touches. But elsewhere, the rest of the team has not been finding it by and large. So the Wildcats will come back now.
Now there they triple team Parker Stauffer, and they just snatched the ball from him.
Hopkins back on the bench. Stauffer coming in to relieve and just collapsed a little bit in there.
Bloom can hit that shot. He's done that to us over the years. He's a senior now, and he's got the experience, and he's not afraid to pull the trigger, Randall, at any time.
Kevin Bloom, one of the battle-tested warriors, I guess, of a national championship team. He makes that three. The Wildcats get another chance. They don't deliver. Back to the Cougars. A little bit of momentum now for the Cougars if they turn this around, and they do.
And Bloom again, Kevin Bloom.
Kevin Bloom again. Back to Widener. He gets all tied up and draws the foul. Boy, you just got to pay attention very, very quickly because it's going to go back and forth. I don't know when a game I've seen lately where there have been so many quick passes almost all the way down the court.
Jordan Widener is so fun to watch. The way he uses his body, in most cases, it's almost impossible not to foul him because he draws contact.
And just like that, a game that was about 18-10 is now 23-21.
Very quickly, yes.
24-21. There you see Jordan. He was just taking up in the crowd. He knew he was going to get fouled there. Stay aggressive. And a little bit of a run there by St. Francis, and all of a sudden we've got a ball game again.
There we go.
Widener gets both of them. 25-21, Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. And another steal by Widener. He'll take this one himself and puts it in the cylinder. Jordan Widener already at 12 points in the first half.
I wasn't sure that one was going in. He has such a soft touch. He uses all of the rim, and normally he'll get the drop.
Cougars will try to come back down, catch the Wildcats snapping. Hogan with the ball again. Hogan to Cone. Two top scorers there, but Cone gets stripped, no foul called, and they're looking for another quick pass to Widener. That time, DJ threw it, but Jordan wasn't looking. So
cross-court passes are hard to complete, and that was a cross-court pass.
You got to make sure they're ready to receive it, and that time Widener's been so quick down the court, but he just wasn't looking when DJ passed it. So the Cougars will get another chance to reset. They're going to be looking for their scores, going cross-court. Oh, he could taste that one. Right back down to George Jones, and we are
Well, they're not keeping their point guard back, and it's given us a lot of fast break opportunities, which there's times when Patrick Hopkins is on the bench, we'll tend to push the ball a little more. And boy, those are easy baskets.
Obviously, the Wildcats think it's there, and it all starts with good rebounding. So that one drops.
Is that sophomore again? Hogan.
You said it early. Let's keep an eye on Josh Hogan, sophomore, and he's going to make some noise. Keep the Cougars in it. Quick pass down to George Jones. He's looking for it. Oh, very quick to Stauffer and Taylor.
Taylor Schoen's a garbage man, Randall.
Taylor Schoen was right there. What great awareness. He turns that around. It only counts two, but it's a nice emotional lift. Cougars are coming right back down. They come back down. And again, we keep watching the Wildcats. If you blink, folks, you're going to miss something because each team is going to keep pushing it down the court as long as they've got wind in their lungs. Wildcats will set a couple of quick passes down to George Jones. He's looking for an opportunity. Stripped, no foul called, out of bounds. And Patrick Hopkins will check back into the game after being spared some minutes. Wildcats will work off the inbounds. Bettinger will come back out and reset, keep the ball moving. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for Patrick, there it is.
Patrick comes back in the game, and Jordan Widener is smart enough to know we got to take advantage of that. He went straight to him.
I would say it's easy, but it's not easy. You've got to have the awareness, you've got to have the quick pass, and then you've got to have someone who's going to deliver on it. Wildcats up 33-25.
That's our 16th foul, so after this, they will be in the bonus.
Quick foul called on Jordan Widener, his first.
Fortunately, we have nobody in foul trouble, only one per person.
I think Patrick Hopkins was on the bench about 8 minutes.
Yeah, he got a good break.
Game on Saturday. Nice three there by Cone. He's an inside and an outside threat.
We're not going to shut him down. He's going to get his points. We just have to concentrate on some of the others.
Meanwhile, St. Francis is starting to recognize maybe they should concentrate on Patrick Hopkins, although I can't imagine any game plan not including him in your picture, but a little more double team action, a little more pressure now. And Patrick will go to the line with 8 points and a chance to add to that. We're talking about rebounds, Perry, and look, if we watch Patrick here and the foul, we were talking about rebounds a minute ago. It just looks to me like Indiana Wesleyan is leading that category, but in fact, it's 16 for St. Francis, 13 for Indiana Wesleyan.
That's a little deceptive, isn't it?
It's what you do with those rebounds, too, is a key.
Yes.
More of those have turned into points for the Wildcats. Patrick misses the second one, and that will give St. Francis another chance with inside of 3-minute mark. 33-27. Indiana Wesleyan over University of St. Francis. Another sloppy shot there.
That was
that's
small,
gonna be an
and he really
opportunity.
forced that.
No reason to force it. Game's not out of control. Gives Wildcats another chance to set up. Now I'm seeing a lot of pushing on Patrick there. That time, he draws the foul.
Yep, foul on Small. I think he got Taylor Schoen coming across the middle. He just saw himself in a mismatched situation.
Checking in for St. Francis is number 30, Kevin Bloom.
So Indiana Wesleyan will go off the inbounds.
That's only their 15th foul.
Looking, kicks it back out to George Jones. So they will set the offense. Try to work for a good shot. Bettinger with the ball. Working around, still looking for Hopkins. Doesn't have it.
There they doubled.
A little bit of a double team pressure and kind of a lob pass that came in there real softly. Ball back to St. Francis, and they will come back and try to strike quickly. Jones might have gotten a little tip on that, stopped Hussey, and Bettinger's going to go for the three. Not there. In fact, an air ball. I don't know.
Boy, you don't see that very often. Did somebody open the door?
He was all by himself down here. Just sometimes that happens.
Sometimes I guess you can be too open. And they didn't bring a large cheer block, but they're sure letting DJ hear about it.
Oh, that was a little bit of a miscommunication.
It sure was.
Something happened. Jordan was going right for Patrick, and he wasn't even looking at him. So St. Francis comes back. No basket.
I think that's 2 on. Is that on Zach Vandewater? Yep.
32, foul on Zach Vandewater. Basket does not count. It was before the shot. That was just an interesting exchange. I just wonder if...
Well, on the inbounds, Jordan Widener and Patrick Hopkins, they just were not on the same page.
I just wonder if Jordan was audibling and Patrick didn't get the memo.
Could have been. It sure wasn't right. You know, every team has set plays when they're out of bounds under their own basket, and perhaps they just got confused on what play they called.
So Hogan will go to the line. He's looking at 8 points right now. Good showing for the sophomore. Aaron Martin with the rebound, and Wildcats are going to push it again. Come down for something quick. Sneary all over Hopkins. Hopkins drawing a crowd into George Jones. George is going to take it up. Oh, nice. Strong move.
That was strong move.
Strong move. So many things could have gone wrong with that, but George just took it right at him and said, challenge me, and that time it drops for the Wildcats. 4 points for George Jones coming off the bench. They need that. Oh, I don't know how Cone made that.
That was a
he's just a
difficult
great
shot.
player. He just got out of position, but still got himself enough bounce. Now Hogan's going to come around, get something out of this. Good turnaround. 4 quick points there, and it's 35-31.
We have to take care of the ball.
Wildcats maybe wisely are going to not take the bait and slow down. There's DJ Bettinger.
There's the shooter we've been waiting on.
Don't you coach that, hey, you missed one, come right back and do it.
Yes, a shooter stays at it, and he is a shooter.
Have that amnesia. Forget about the fact that you just shot an air ball. A nice 3 for DJ Bettinger when St. Francis got 4 quick points there, and you're just saying, how's this thing going to go into halftime? 38-31 Wildcats, 30 seconds to go. St. Francis working the ball, maybe 11 on the shot clock, so they're not going to be able to milk it all the way to the end, but they're going to try to take as much off as they can. Now Hogan takes it. Oh, a nice scoop shot for Hogan.
Crafty.
That puts him at 10, and now the Wildcats will play for the last shot. 38-33, a 5-point lead. I think it's been about as high as 8 or 10 this game, but St. Francis has really had something to close here. And Jordan picks up the foul there.
Non-shooting foul. I think that's only their 16th foul. But we got 5 seconds, so 5.2, so we got enough time to definitely get a good shot.
Chance to do something, chance to get some good ball movement, take the right shot, go in 7 points, maybe 8 points up instead of 5. Nice emotional edge as you go into halftime. This time we'll see if they communicate on the inbounds. Over to Bettinger for another 3. Had a good look, didn't quite have his feet set,
He didn't.
and it's just not there.
Has to play behind him, which means somebody on the Wildcats are going to be open. So we'll see how it goes.
So Indiana Wesleyan will inbound with possession. Over to Bettinger, Widener. Indiana Wesleyan offense set, movement. Looking for Hopkins down low, but keeping the ball moving. Chris passes. Bettinger will reset, look for opportunities. Down to Patrick Lowe. They were looking for that, and there it was.
Good start. Good way to start the second half.
Nothing wrong with being patient, slowing it down if you end up with that kind of a shot. And now we'll see what St. Francis does with second half adjustments. Going to work their offense over to Cone, back out to Hussey.
Hussey never scored the first half. I don't believe I've ever seen that happen.
That time, well, he's just answering
He must
you
have
there.
heard me.
He heard you. And Ethan Hussey, the senior we've seen before on some of these championship teams, he just steps up there. He probably got a word from the coach at halftime. Step it up.
What a move by DJ.
Very quick on the inside. Bettinger gets the quick layup. I don't think the team expected to see him darting in there. Both teams still moving very aggressively down the court, making things happen. Martin there tries to get his hand on it, knocks it out. But I tell you, before we can comment on any kind of scoring play, Perry, they're back down on the court. Something else is happening.
Yes, very fast pace.
Nice Wildcat defense there. Stifling Hussey, can't get anything going. They come back down to Cone, and he takes a wild shot. It's going to pick up the foul.
I think he got fouled pretty hard. That's why he missed it so bad, because he's not going to shoot air balls.
That one on Aaron Martin, his second. So we'll keep an eye on the foul situation that so far has not been much of an issue.
Martin and Vandewater both have 2. Everybody else has only 1.
And Cone with the miss in the first free throw. Averages 20 points a game. You don't see that too often. And misses the second one.
Boy, that was a gift. Aaron Martin got hit in the eye.
Free throw percentages have been higher for St. Francis so far in the game. We'll keep an eye on that and see if it makes a difference. Oh, B.J. Bettinger. Perry Frank, you said it. You said Bettinger's going to get more touches in the second half, and that was a great opportunity there. Stepped right up.
And that's nice because they have to respect that. Another turnover. Seems like we've come out with a little more tenacity in this second half.
I wonder if their scouting plan saw DJ Bettinger as being a factor.
You know, he missed so many games with his injury, they may not even know who he is or what he can do.
They might now with 5 quick points right there in the second half. So Bettinger stepping up to the plate and really making it interesting as we go back to a 10-point differential. And that time Hogan's going to look for it, and he gets the slam. Nice pickup by Hogan and great awareness, but the Wildcats are going to come right back and attack. Out to Bettinger, over to Widener, running the offense, staying under control, staying disciplined. No time for letting St. Francis celebrate, and the Wildcats are going to come right back at it.
Oh,
a little bit of a wild pass there by Patrick. I'm wondering if we see something, Perry, a little bit of second half attempt to maybe slow the game down, at least when they come into their sets, because we've seen 2 times going under 10 seconds on the shot clock and try to get that pass into Patrick.
Showing a little bit more patience. That was just a bad pass on Patrick's part.
Didn't see it going. St. Francis being behind, they've got to attack now. Didn't see the foul, if it was called at all.
Well, I think they said Indiana Wesleyan ball, and the St. Francis coaches are contesting. Now they change it. I was blocked out by the coaches, and I didn't see it. Did you, Randall?
Did not see exactly what happened, but they changed their mind.
Greg Tonical doesn't seem real happy about it either.
The officials are going to talk it over. The
could have been a charge
seeing
looking
what
at
happens.
the replay.
No foul called, apparently, or at least we're not hearing one. So St. Francis ball. So they will kick it back out. but do not get a reset of the shot clock. So 13 seconds to go. Hogan will look over to Bloom. Bloom is still fighting for a shot, and he draws the foul on the body from Widener.
That's 2 on him.
2 on Jordan Widener with the hot hand in this game. So it'll be interesting to see if Jordan takes a seat for a little while as we look at 16:51 to go in the game. St. Francis with a chance to cut it a little bit more. Here's this replay. Jordan moving with him there, gets the block.
Well, Bloom and Hussey were both kept in check the first half, so they may try and push it up a little more in the second half.
You see some effort by St. Francis to get the ball in other people's hands. So the Wildcats will come back. We'll see if they still exhibit that same patience. Lots of double teaming on Patrick, a lot of pushing and shoving. Wildcats are going to keep the ball moving around. Back over to DJ Bettinger. Widener now, a lot of crisp passing. They're going to go to Patrick Hopkins on the outside. He shot I think he was in position for a 3 there, but it does not drop.
They gave him the 3 and he took it.
And it almost was there. I don't know if you like to see that or not, but.
Well, Jordan was there to pick him up. He got the rebound.
Indiana Wesleyan will inbound. Vandewater tries to go up.
He must have drawn the foul.
Foul on 44.
Sneary, I believe, wasn't it?
Sneary draws the foul. Just his first, which is kind of hard to believe with all the banging around that's going around there underneath the basket, but just one for the big man for St. Francis, and Vandewater gets the first one to drop.
Well, you know, free throws are so important, and that's been, if we have a weak spot, it's probably been free throw shooting. They've been very inconsistent. And free throws are big. Free throws can certainly determine the outcome of a game. So.
Right now, the Wildcats below 50% in free throws on the game, but those 2 will help. And we've already seen more fouls in these first 5 minutes, Perry, I think, than we saw about halfway through the first half. So interesting to see if that becomes more of a factor. 3 attempt there for Kevin Bloom. He's
DJ
hit
just
some.
Couldn't hang on to it.
Feels like a little bit of a different game right now with both teams trying to be a little more patient, get the ball in more hands. And St. Francis definitely not turning it over like it did early in the first half. They will go down to Cone.
Good double down. Did they get Aaron for his 3rd foul? I believe that's 3 on Aaron Martin, isn't it,
I thought Cone was up and down, but it looks like they called.
14-point lead, but St. Francis is hanging right in there.
Cone goes up for the quick basket. That one drops, so he will get the 3-point play opportunity. Not making predictions here, Perry, but I would say with the kind of teams the kind of games these 2 teams have played, I would never expect a double-figure game. It could happen, but something about Crossroads League play at the top of the game.
There's so much parity.
They will close the gap, and we saw that when Spring Arbor came in here.
Yes.
And shocked the Wildcats right after they had a big win over Huntington. Fortunately, the Wildcats did bounce back and put a string of wins together, including that Bethel win on Saturday. So Wildcats back with the ball, still working, good ball movement, nice crisp passing. Continuing to look for Patrick Hopkins down low. They find him, he goes up. Think he drew the foul there.
They really collapsed on him, but he still drew the foul. That's 2 on Sneary.
And it's nothing new, but it just looks like in the second half, the word from Coach Tonigal was, we're going to work, we're going to work, we're going to work, and we're going to get it down low and see what happens.
When Hopkins is in the game, we're going to go inside. Nice to see him hit that free throw. He missed a couple in the first half.
Could be turning from a really fast game in the first half to a second half with free throws being critical.
Yes, totally.
Both of them for Patrick. Those are big and could be really big when we get inside of 5 minutes. So St. Francis will come back down. Down to Cone, he's the scorer.
Well, Taylor Schoen is trying to body him up. He's got a height disadvantage there, but the offensive player is going to draw the foul 99% of the time when you body him up like that.
I've been looking at Scott Cohn all night, and it may not be true, but it just seems like his arms are a little bit longer than everyone. When he gets the ball, he's lanky, and he has all these kinds of shots that look like they're going wild, but then they turn into points.
He's very lanky, and like I say, he'll get his points. He averages 20 a game. He's got 13 right now, going for 14 and 15. And that 3 in a row he's missed.
Yeah, he's not doing well from the line. So I think we're going to see, actually we already have seen the free throw percentage for the teams closing, and now they're dead even at about 62%. So that's a good turnaround on that for the Wildcats. Cohn makes the second. So we go 49-43, six-point ball game, 15:09 to go. Wildcats will take it back down. George Jones tries to make something happen there. Looks like he stepped out.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they call a personal foul.
Yes.
Suddenly, Sneary has 3. Didn't we just say that was his first foul 2 or 3 minutes ago?
Yeah, and he will take a seat. Brad Sneary, 15 rebounds in the win over Grace last Saturday, so he's a valuable asset down low in that post game going up against Patrick, so they're going to let him take a rest right now.
One-on-one, that's
Patrick
all night.
Now.
Nope.
Oh.
George got fouled.
Patrick a little wild going up on the glass there. Thought George was going to turn it around, but obviously the foul.
It almost looked like Patrick lost control of the ball in his hand or something.
As he was going up.
George has been very streaky also throughout his career from the line, so we'll see.
That one goes in.
You know, Randall, free throw shooting is really as much mental as it is skill. It gets in your head. Sometimes if you make your first, you're good for the night. I'm glad to see George make that first free throw.
The little bit I played in 9th and 10th grade, it was neither mental nor physical for me. I could never make them at all. So. St. Francis will come back now. Back to an 8-point lead for the Wildcats. Wild shot attempt of a three there, St. Francis, and there's Cohn, turns it around. You've got to figure out something. All those arms are going to beat you, so the Wildcats will come back. And stay patient, keep the ball moving, keep St. Francis moving, and get that good shot. Martin tries, goes down, back to Bettinger. Out to Martin for a long 3, and that just doesn't drop. He had a pretty good look, but I think he was a little bit off balance going up. Needs to get the feet set.
Right now, we do not have a post player in there, so we're going to have to hit the outside shot.
A little bit of a different game when Patrick Hopkins goes on the bench, and Parker Stauffer does not come in to spare him. Tough foul there. Looks like Taylor Schoen got the foul there.
That's his 4th. That was a quick blow for Patrick Hopkins.
Schoen will sit back down. Whatever was going on there did not work out, so we've got Patrick coming back into the game. Looks like the ref's going to talk to him a little bit about
I think Patrick and
being
Cohn
jammed up here.
They were getting a little frisky, I think.
Was he telling him don't push on each other? That's kind of basketball, isn't it?
I guess so. Oh.
Quick inbound to Cohn, and he gets picked by Patrick Hopkins. Nice defensive play, and they come right back down. Going to go to Martin for a 3, and it's in!
What a great lift. Nice. What a great steal by DJ Bettinger.
All set up by the defensive play by Hopkins, and then the awareness to get all the way down there, and Aaron Martin delivers. What a nice turnaround, quick 3 points. Thought Hogan was going to make another one there, but they're going to go back to George Jones. George is going to take it.
He just doesn't have his leg strength back. You know, last year he would have finished that.
Got to get back on Hogan.
Well, I think we know they're not going to go away, right?
Well, Kevin Bloom did the same thing.
It's been so competitive, and it's been good for both schools and good for the conference.
A few years ago, I remember St. Francis losing here on this court and then going on to win the national championship. There's a lot of players on this court right now still can't get that thought out of their mind. But this would be a nice one to start the series off against St. Francis with a win. so far, Wildcats in control. Widener moving the ball to George Jones. He will take it to the hoop and drops it in the cylinder. I don't know what the St. Francis defense was doing. Do you not know that's George Jones there coming in on you? He's going to drive, and he's going to come with speed. And so St. Francis will come back to their sets. Go to Hogan, who's had a hot night. Good steal by Aaron Martin. He gets his hand on it. He's going to go quickly back to Hopkins and get jumbled up.
Yeah, bad decision. You don't want to give the ball to your post man on a fast break.
So many other players could have filled that role, but St. Francis will come back, right back. A lot of knocking around there, Cone and Hopkins. They're looking for Cone. Cone is looking for something.
He's going to look to score. Good double by DJ, made him give it up.
That leaves Small open. He's going to come down forward and get something.
Small hurt us last year. He hit some big shots, surprised us.
Bettinger left his man to go kind of double there, and Small made him pay for it. Good court awareness by the Cougars, and we're at a 56-50 ball game. You said it, they're not going to go away, Perry.
No, they're not. They're just too competitive.
So the Wildcats will reset, maybe slow things down a little bit, go back to what's been the bread and butter for them after a couple of fast break opportunities. And there it looked like
Small fouled Widener.
Small foul Widener, kind of held him a little bit. He couldn't get to the pass.
That's their 15th foul, Randall. We have 6.
So again, if this team gets into the bonus for both teams, we've got a different game going on too. You can just see the replay there and see Widener gets held up.
Good call by the officials.
And I don't think we've seen many calls that we've said, wait a minute, tonight.
No, it's been fine, both ways.
Down to Patrick. He's going to pick up some action, draw some attention. George Jones comes up, all backhanded.
Oh.
The tip in by Patrick's not there. Really thought George was going to get one of his winding, twisting layups there, but St. Francis come back down hard. Bloom has the ball. He kicks it back out, and they're going to reset and keep it moving. Thought they had a quick one there.
We had 2 great opportunities.
Bloom gets a 3, does not drop, but they get another chance with a fresh shot clock. Bloom's going to go right back to it, and he drops it for a 3.
That's that senior confidence.
If Kevin Bloom had...
Just keep it real close.
Give credit to St. Francis. In the second half, they corrected a lot of their mistakes, and they have gotten a lot of opportunities off of fast breaks and turnovers and turned them into points, and that's why we are closer now than...
And they've taken care of the ball. They really haven't turned it over much. I bet Greg Tonical said, let's get the ball inside.
Slow it down again. Oh.
They called the foul. I think that's a good call.
Patrick was really off balance there, but I think he just went on up with the shot knowing he would get that foul. And we get to the halfway point in this half, Perry, and I think fouls and free throws.
Yes, from here on in, both teams will be in the bonus.
It sure didn't look like at one point this could be a free throw game. No. Nice soft touch by Patrick, sneaks that one in.
Now waiting for Indiana Wesleyan, Zach Bangelwater.
Gives Patrick Hopkins 8 points.
I think he's got 13 going for 14, Randall. I think that's his 14th point, I think. Yeah.
And I'm not seeing the indication here, but shouldn't both teams be in the bonus
From here on in, there's 16 fouls on each team. So from here on in, both teams will be in the bonus.
St. Francis resets, some kind of push called on Hopkins there. That was a quick one.
Yeah. That's 2 on Patrick.
Just the second one on Patrick. It'll be interesting to see if he takes a seat with 10:43 to go right now.
I think they'll leave him in, but we'll see how Cone does on his free throws. He's missed 3 out of his last 4.
That one he makes.
And that was big. That was the front end of a 1-and-1.
58-54. And makes the second one after going about 3 straight as a drought. Indiana Wesleyan now shooting about 73% from the line. That's a big step up from earlier, but St. Francis still at 60%. More attempts, more trips to the line for Indiana Wesleyan. And that will play itself out in this second half as they continue the good ball movement. Looking for the quick cuts, looking down low. Jones with the ball, looking for help. Over to Martin, coming back out. 11 seconds to go on the shot clock. What will Widener do? He looks for the pass for Hopkins. Kind of a quick pass, not good there. St. Francis comes right back down the court.
Hussey anticipated that pass and played the passing lane perfect.
Wildcats get back on defense. They prevent the quick strike. Make them reset, make them run their offense. Minutes start to become critical now. You get inside of 10 minutes.
That's 3 on Patrick. Now we might see him come out for a minute.
9:50 to go in the game.
And that's big. You know, when you play with fouls, you can't play your normal game, Randall, at either end. You can't be quite as aggressive because you're afraid of picking up that 4th foul.
And this has been one of those games where Patrick Hopkins makes a difference anytime he's in there.
Huge.
The difference, I mean, maybe that's every game, but with matching up against their big guys like Cone.
They can't match up.
There, that was just such a quick one there.
They're going to have to double or triple. But they can't guard him one-on-one, but unfortunately he's burned with foul trouble right now.
Right now, Coach Tonigal looks like he's going to leave him in.
Yep.
Interesting decision as Indiana Wesleyan comes back down the court. Quick pass, move the offense, coming back out. Keeping St. Francis off bounds as much as they can. Martin will look for something. And Widener with the score. Not sure what the St. Francis coaches saw, but they didn't like it.
They wanted a 3-second call, but I didn't see it. I was watching the lane. They've just not been happy with the way this game's been called, I don't think.
Oh, that's going to drop for St. No basket. They waved it off.
Like you say, we're sitting here where we can really hear their coaches, and they are not happy. But
interesting offensive foul charge there, and that's a pretty big call. Just taking a look at the replay here.
Jordan was
looks
set.
like Jordan was set.
He was outside the circle.
I think Jordan had time to order a pizza from how long he was camped out there.
Feet were outside the line.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. So Indiana Wesleyan will come back down the court a little more slowly this time, but they're going to keep their offense moving, keep them out of position, look for something low. That time another errant pass.
The double team was there, and I'm really not sure that was a good entry. Probably should have swung the ball.
2 or 3 sloppy passes down to Patrick here in the second half. Trying to make something happen. 60-57, we're still at a 3-point ball game. Indiana Wesleyan would like to get that separation as they kind of try to close this thing out, but St. Francis is not cooperating.
They got Zach Vandewater for a foul, and that was probably a good call.
That will be 3 on Vandewater, so now you've got Vandewater and Hopkins each with 3.
And Combs hit his last, I believe, 3 or 4 free throws, so he's going shooting a 1-and-1 at this time. 19 fouls on us.
8:55 to go in the game. Cone, the leading scorer for St. Francis, back on the line, and after about 3 in a row early in the second half, he's hit the rest of them.
He missed his first 3, and I don't think he's missed. Like I said, it's in the head. Free throw shooting is psychological.
And that one does not drop. Indiana Wesleyan picks the rebound up, back down to reset. 8:51 to go in the game. And another sloppy pass, but this time Aaron Martin picks it up, saves the possession for the Wildcats, and they will reset. Bedinger will come out. George Jones goes aggressively down there, but gets the foul call.
I'm not sure about that. That might have been a big benefit for the Wildcats there, Randall.
Might have caught a break there. It looked all ball to me. But
from here it did, yes, but maybe he got him down low.
George Jones at the line. 8 points on the game.
That's only the first foul on Cone.
That's amazing.
Yes, it
much
is.
as active as he is down low there.
That's their 18th foul. Here we're going to see it. Yeah, maybe sometimes at home you get that call.
Right behind them or something. I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever accused IWU of having homer refs, but
no, we're not in the conference.
No. And Jones makes both of them. Those are big. And I want to overstate the case, but I think down the stretch here, every free throw is going to be key.
Yep.
We've already seen the Wildcats go to the line about 17 times, and right now they're shooting right at 75%. That's a good team free throw shooting percentage for Indiana Wesleyan. St. Francis back on the court. Working, a little bit of a smaller lineup now with Cone out. Nice three-point shot. Comer takes the three, and we're at 62-61. All of a sudden, this has turned into a one-point ball game. The lob into Patrick.
Pass.
Oh, yeah. Nice lob. After 2 or 3 passes that did not go right, that one is just nice touch going in there, and Patrick delivers. They needed that one with a game that had gotten very, very close. Back up the three-point differential. And now there's a foul called. 2-shot foul on Aaron Martin.
This has been a game of 2 halves as far as the officiating. It's been equal both ways, but they've called it a lot closer to the second half.
Yep, this game is just, the complexion of it has changed in so many ways. And now we're seeing a game that we thought might be over in 90 minutes, which doesn't usually happen here with the men. All of a sudden, we've got a game that's stretching itself out at the line.
That's 4 fouls on Aaron Martin. He's going to have to come out. George had about a 30-second break.
So it'll be critical for some of these players who aren't in foul trouble to come in and seal this thing for the Wildcats. That one goes off too. Whereas St. Francis free throw shooting gone in this second half. Big edge for the Wildcats so far. Got to make them count, and Jordan Widener will stay in the game, stay aggressive, keep the ball moving. Back into Patrick, over to George. Nice. Quick layup, yes.
He saw the double team. George cut to the basket, and Patrick found him.
Great vision, great awareness, and those points become very, very critical as we get close to 7 minutes to go. Turn that around real quickly, and all of a sudden you've got a 3 or 4 point swing. So St. Francis will reset, working off the inbound. Try to get something there. They've got a couple of players on the bench, but looks like a lot of their starters are back.
That's 4 on Patrick. He'll have to come out.
Tough decision for Coach Tonigal. He left him in with 3. And now that one's tough. The way this game is being called in the second half.
That's going to hurt us too, Randall. That's really going to hurt us.
Some key coaching decisions now to go, because the way this thing is being played, Perry, the 7 minutes could take a while.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that Coach Tonigal is leaving Patrick in, but he is. So he'll have to be careful.
And that time Cone makes the free throw. As a team, St. Francis is shooting 61% for the game. So that's an edge for the Wildcats down the stretch
From the free throw line, right?
From the free throw line.
Yeah.
Field goal percentages are almost dead even. Indiana Wesleyan will come down. Patrick Hopkins staying in the game, playing with 4 fouls. Just been so many opportunities down in the post, you can understand that, but what is it going to mean if Patrick fouls out? We'll just have to see. Meanwhile, Indiana Wesleyan gets the ball moving at once, gets the quick passes. Lots of shifts, lots of cuts. Patrick will drive with the shot clock. Takes the shots, not there. Back quickly to George Jones.
You know, an old rule, you never save the ball underneath. Sometimes, and quite so often we see it's a Jordan Widener time. Time for Widener to take over, and so often he does at crunch time.
Be interesting to see if the outside shots come into play that have not been there too much this game. See if shooters step up. DJ Bettinger, Jordan Widener, Aaron Martin. Right now on the court, speed and defensive pressure. More than size, so St. Francis will keep working the ball, trying to find that shot. Ethan Hussey looking for something, passing out to Bloom for the 3, and it's not there. I think George Jones at least got a hand in his face, so that wasn't there, but they kick it back out for a fresh shot clock. And Bloom is just going to keep taking it as long as he gets it.
He's very confident.
Yeah, nice pass, nice steal there by Taylor Schoen, and Indiana Wesleyan gets to come back down real quickly, looking for the ball. He's going to kick it back out to DJ Bettinger.
Jordan wants the ball. I like that. Look at
Widener
that.
with the shot. Oh, rims out.
Boy, it did everything but go in.
That really wanted to. Someone had a magnet in there pushing that back out. So St. Francis will come back down the court quickly, and they'll reset a little bit as we get inside the 5-minute mark. More pushing and shoving.
Jordan Widener. That's 3 on him.
Called that one on Jordan. I thought for a minute Cone was going to get that, but Cone is going to go back to the line.
Double bonus. So he'll shoot 2.
We're going to give Cone his average of 20 points on the free throw line tonight, I think.
He scored 23 so far, so he's going for 25 here if he hits them both.
That one is there for Cone.
Doing some offensive and defensive substitutions here. So
Patrick Hopkins back in with 5 minutes to go. Risky call, but you can understand with the size that St. Francis has on the court why they're doing that. And Cone misses the second. Big misses, big makes. Everything matters at this point. 68-64. Indiana Wesleyan. Do they slow it down here, Perry?
No, they just get a good shot. They have to cannot turn the ball over. They have to get a shot of some kind.
Patrick will work for something down low. He takes the shot, and a little bit of rye there.
He kind of double clutched that, it looked like, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out with a lot of heat and just rimmed out real quickly. So St. Francis gets another opportunity. They're looking for Cone. They get the ball into him. A little bit of a kick there. St. Francis will retain possession. Thought maybe Patrick was gunning for the foul there on that last one.
Yeah, he's got to be careful biting up. This is what I'd expected. Now we got a defensive substitution. Protect Patrick with them 4 fouls.
Key decisions now. How do you sub? How do you protect what you've got going with a 4-point lead and 4.5 to play? St. Francis will work the ball in. They're looking for Cone, looking for scores.
He's going to look to score. Nope.
Out to Hussey. Not finding the shot they want. They come back into Sneary. He's looking for something. Not there, and George Jones with the rebound.
Great defense.
Good defensive series for the Wildcats. Now they want to turn it around and get a bucket out of it. Patience here may be key as we reach the 4-minute mark. But Jordan Widener doesn't
just
know.
what we were talking about.
Jordan Widener doesn't know anything about patience. Let's score.
He wants the ball when the game is on the line.
16 points for Jordan Widener and a big bucket there. Coming back to Cone, St. Francis will get their scores in position.
We're going to have to double team him and just take a chance on somebody else scoring.
Jones will come back down. DJ Bettinger will reset the offense. Seconds are important right here with a 4-point lead. A little bit of pushing and shoving there. Not sure where the call was.
I think it's got to be against St. Francis, I think, Randall. Yeah.
Nope. They actually called it on Taylor Schoen.
That might have been a mistake.
Crowd does not like that.
Look at that. Did you see that on the replay?
We're looking at the replay now.
That is a shock.
Not sure exactly what's going to happen.
Would it be possible to see that one more time?
Maybe we can see that one again because the crowd is not happy about that.
That just doesn't seem possible. I mean, Taylor took it right in the chops.
Taylor comes down, grabbing his throat.
And nonetheless, that's his 5th. He's out.
We're going to look at it one more time here.
Look at this.
So they're calling him for the moving block, I guess.
But normally when you have the chicken wing out like that, you're gonna get called for the foul.
Yep.
Boy, tough break.
Coaching staff Indiana Wesleyan talking it over. That will be 5 for Taylor Schoen. So Patrick Hopkins with 4 is going to check in here with 3:29 to go.
We'll probably be seeing Parker Stauffer on the defensive substitutions here, I would imagine, to protect Patrick. But right now we're on defense, so Patrick's gonna have to be careful.
70-66, Indiana Wesleyan keeping that 4-point lead. A hard-fought 4-point lead here down the stretch.
We know where they're probably going to look. They're probably going to look to Cone. There we go.
Cone's going to go down there, challenge Patrick, try to get that foul. And he doesn't get that. Looked like It looked like it was going to be another good shot for Cone.
I think Vandewater had good position. I think that was a good call. I think Sneary went up over the top and knocked it out.
St. Francis really thought the possession should go back to them, but Indiana Wesleyan retains.
How did that shot not go in? Boy, it rolled around.
I thought we were going to see another Cone kind of crazy arm shot go in, and it did not. So Indiana Wesleyan now with 3 minutes, and now at 3 minutes, Perry, does clock start to become a factor?
Yeah, if you get a good shot right away, you take it, but you have to get a good shot.
Down to Patrick. He's going to look. He's going to look for something, maybe try to make it happen, but he's going to pass out to Aaron Martin.
That's a good shot.
That is a good shot.
They doubled down on Patrick, and we made him pay.
What you want to happen if they're going to try to get Patrick in trouble is those shooters have got to step up. What a timely pass to Aaron Martin, a big three with 2:35 to go. So we get a reset from St. Francis. Now they're under the gun, and Hogan takes it in. Nice move to the basket.
He's an athlete.
We're going to see a lot out of him in the next couple of years here in the Crossroads League. Now Indiana Wesleyan with the advantage, 73-68. They're going to slow it down for sure and try to convert one of those great passes, take some time off the clock. Keep it moving. Jordan Widener's going to take the shot. Not there. Might have been too quick of a shot.
He had
there.
a hand in his face. You could get that shot anytime, probably. But we've also seen him hit many of those. So
comes back down and gets the quick foul. Probably not exactly what the coaches were looking for on that one. Like I said, I think Jordan Widener only knows one speed.
Yep. Well, one thing we really don't want to do is send them to the line because that stops the clock and gives them an opportunity to score points.
Seconds are really valuable right now. Fortunately, Hogan, rare miss for the night. He has been on fire in so many different ways.
60% you say from the line for the game?
63% is what the updated stats are telling us now, so that is a big factor. And he misses the second. Big deal. And the possession goes back to the Wildcats. Time to take those seconds down and just get patient, good opportunities for shots. I'm sure that's what Coach Tonigal told them in the timeout. So they're looking for it. They're looking for it, trying to take time.
Foul on Sneary. Now this is a big 1-and-1. That's only their 19th foul, so we're not in the double bonus, Randall.
So does that put Patrick on the line?
Yes, Patrick's on the line. A huge 1-and-1.
Pretty good night on the line for Patrick, and these are big with 1:44 to go. Nice making the first one. Great touch there from Patrick. You said it earlier, he's really worked on his free throw shooting, and with a big guy, that can make such a difference in these close games. And the second one doesn't drop. In and out of the cylinder. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. So St. Francis with 1:40 to go gets a chance to come back down.
Basically a two-possession game, 6-point lead. We knew that was going to happen.
They're going to go into Cone, and it's not there. Rebound, Indiana Wesleyan. These rebounds are really, really huge. Bettinger's going to pass it down, and this time Jordan will slow it down and try to show a little patience, maybe make them come out and foul with 1:15 to go.
Yeah, we need to use the shot clock here, no doubt.
You got 20 seconds. Take every one of them that you can. Indiana Wesleyan's going to work something looks a little bit like the Four Corners.
Yep.
Since we both reflect back on the 80s.
Right.
Heard someone mention the Four Corners the other night, and that, oh my goodness. Nice pass to Patrick, and what a great follow.
With it. Well, he padded his rebound stat there.
What a great follow-up by Patrick Hoppins. Those buckets are huge, and that may help close this thing out. Now the gun is on St. Francis if they've got to score quickly. They go to the hot hand. See full court pressure from St. Francis, so good opportunity to see it turn around. Widener.
Yep. We knew he was going to want the ball, Randall, and we got the ball to him.
I don't think Hussey was trying to be quite that egregious on the foul. It just had the momentum that carried him into it.
He lost his balance or something, and it looked a lot more brutal than it intended to be, I think.
If that was a football play, that would have been one of those helmet-to-helmet hits.
Yes, yes.
So that puts Jordan Widener on the line right where you want him to be at this point in the game. And you always want to be in the position where they're fouling you. Oh, the front end does not drop.
One free throw will make it a 3-possession game, so one free throw will be used. There we saw the replay. Jordan getting banged up a little bit. Fortunately, no injury.
Widener back on the line, looking to make it a 7-point lead. Second one drops. Now you just sit back, don't foul, make them do the work. They're going to go straight to Hogan. He takes the three, and it's not there. Great rebound by George Jones, and he's going to play for the possession.
Like you say, anytime you come out with a win in the conference, you take it.
St. Francis at 5-3 in the conference. Bettinger gets the ball. He will back it back out, make them foul him, and they're going to put him on the line with 25 seconds to go.
DJ's a good free throw shooter.
The standings are with Indiana Wesleyan winning the game at Bethel. Indiana Wesleyan and Bethel are tied, but with the win over Bethel, they're 7, and both teams are 7-1. But Indiana Wesleyan, obviously, at this point in the season, would have a tiebreaker by the win.
My gut feeling, Randall, when at the end of the thing, at the end of the season, it's going to come down to us and Grace. I really think we got the edge. There's no doubt about that. But I look for Grace to be our biggest contender. But we'll
these
see.
Cougars from St. Francis got that win over Grace, so they were riding that into this, coming in hoping to steal one at Marion. Right now, Hogan with the ball, looking good, but he's going to get 2 shots, put him on the line with 79-70. But unless something drastically changes in 18 seconds,
we've got this game wrapped up.
That's going to put Hopkins on the bench.
Patrick probably should have just let him go in and keep the clock turning.
Patrick's going to have to take a seat. Aaron Martin will come in. So unless I'm mistaken, Perry, we have not seen Grace yet this season in Crossroads.
Yes, we played him at home.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we played him at home before Christmas, and we beat him.
Thanks for the correction. Yeah. So we've got to go there.
We have to go at Grace, yes.
But at 5-3, still in the league, you have Grace, St. Francis, and Taylor. So you got a 3-way tie.
And we have to go to Taylor, and you know how hard it is to win over there.
Always
We've certainly done it, but you have to take your A game.
2 shots for Hogan there, and Indiana Wesleyan will now inbounds and probably try to.
They fouled Jordan before we even get it.
They didn't even wait.
Nope.
No. Guess that's what you do with a 7-point lead.
Yep.
18.8 seconds to go.
Jordan Widener at the line, shooting 2.
Seven-point lead. Jordan Widener at the line, 18.8 seconds to go. First one's in.
That's 18 points on the night for Widener.
And Indiana Wesleyan has stepped up to about 74%, 75% free throw shooting here down the stretch.
We'll take that.
That's on the game. That's significant. I'd like to see a second-half breakdown of that. Much better. So now the pressure's on St. Francis. Quick score. Indiana Wesleyan just needs to play defense, but not too aggressively. Let them take it, so they'll let Hogan go on in with St. Francis. But to their credit, they bounced back immediately in the Taylor game.
Yep.
So quick foul again, put Widener on the line. It's academic at this point, 8.8 seconds to go.
Foul number 32, Josh Hogan. His third. At the line for the Wildcats. 2-2 is Jordan Widener.
And Perry, I'm just thinking about a game that we said was really, really fast in the first half. Now we're looking at the 2-hour mark encroaching on us, and isn't it something how two halves can change?
A tale of 2 halves, there's no doubt about it.
Widener with both of them, that makes it 84-74, 83-74, check that, but still, what a great margin here at the end. Hogan will take the shot, a nice 3 there to finish, but they're still going to foul.
Well, they're giving Widener a chance to pad his stats.
Hogan makes that 3, but still you're looking at
0.9 seconds. I don't think anything's going to get accomplished.
Keep hope alive, I understand, but my goodness. 83-77, 6-point ball game after the 3. Widener back on the line. And he'll take that one with 0.9 seconds to go.
Boy, what a career George Widener has had. You know, of course, he's only a junior, but he was a leader from the first time he stepped on the floor.